Hi. How are you? Good, thank you.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are you?
Good. My name is LaDon Lindy, Yakima County Commissioner.
Hi, Marisela. I'm the Deputy City Clerk.
Oh, very good. Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Maricela.
meet you.
Very good. Can I give you a card?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Still folded up.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet.
Hello, everyone.
Judy.
Hi.
Hi.
Cold like I am.
Freezing like everybody else.
Everybody's cold today, right? Huh? Me too.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
And my ear.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
See you, Rachel Royalist.
Yes, I am.
Hi, LaDon Lindy, Yakima County Commissioner.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Can I give you a card?
Of course. I don't have you here. I'll give you one at the end.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi there.
Hello. Yeah.
LaDon Lindy, Yakima County Commissioner.
Okay.
Can I give you a card?
Yeah, sir.
They always steal our new pens.
I know it.
Mary Alvarado.
No, take
Yeah,
our
pens are
pens.
gone.
No, here's one. I usually try to put them in back, the guys.
Oh,
We've been having meetings here throughout the week,
oh,
so.
yeah, we end up getting ours jacked. I don't know why, but. I'm gonna take my mask off because my asthma is really bad and I cannot breathe. I think March, what? When are these coming off?
March 21st.
There you go.
Yep.
I mean, I'll probably still wear it, but not like this.
Well, and I think that then becomes up to people, you know, if they choose to wear it, they certainly still can, but they don't have to.
Mhm.
They can make that decision for themselves. Jordan? I'm here. Yep.
Well, I think they have a study session with six, then they do the regular hearing at 7, and I'll cover for that. Okay. See you then.
Okay, we're gonna call this study session to order at 6 p.m. We have some old business, discussion of increase on cemetery fees. And we still have that on the table. So does anybody have any comments on that? Sure.
Not really, we kind of discussed it last time. I don't mind the raise, but I don't want a great big one.
Okay, no, and I understand, I agree with you.
I'm old.
So I guess,
Your microphone.
Andy, the cemetery fees?
The only thing I was checking I think we're higher than most of them. I think we should just approve $50 from the grave liner child infant. And I don't know if there's a weekend fee.
I believe there is a.
There is a fee. How much is that? Do you guys know?
500, I believe.
It's 500? Okay, because I didn't see it on the paper, that's why.
Yeah, it's 500, on Saturdays, I believe.
Okay, then.
And Vera thinks that we should stay like at $50 for adults also?
What aren't we paying for exactly? I mean, is there one thing that's not,
The one thing that's not listed is the oversized liner. We don't have that on the list,
The oversized liner.
and that came up.
Mary?
yeah.
Mary, would you like to say something?
I think we should raise it maybe $50 and that's it.
That's what.
No more than
Councilwoman-
that.
I think the council over here agrees, Vera and Judy, Diana.
What does one of those oversized, do you have any idea what they cost, Sylvia?
Josh does.
Josh does?
Josh?
Sure, so let me look,
You know, Josh, what the oversized liners are?
let me double check what we paid last. I want to say it was about
Yeah.
$630. But I want to make sure that I'm accurate on that. Give me 1 second.
I was looking at the only thing I think that we should do.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What's that, Mary?
Put the picture up here on the Sunday. And you'll have it come off there.
Now, Randy said raise it up, he wants $50. Is that per thing or for the or
I
the
believe that might
overall?
be the overall, if I'm correct.
I was just thinking about the graver child infant, just the grave liner child infant, but, because I've seen other ones that were higher than most cities.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't,
I think we are too, because we're private and we're smaller.
yeah, and, I think we
Just
were
not
still,
dying enough.
I thought we were a little bit cheaper than everyone else because that's why they were doing more funerals here.
They were before, not anymore.
not anymore.
Because in Zilla was 650 for open and close, and we're 800. And the grave liner, they're 540, we're 650.
Okay,
The only one that we're cheaper at is the grave liner, so I'm saying let's raise that one up, $50. But it's up to you guys.
I think so.
it's up to all of us. So they say 50, y'all say 50?
I just want to see the cost on that.
Josh,
So the last.
can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can't hear him.
I think she.
Can you hear me? You hear me? No? Okay, let me see. Okay, how about now?
They don't put
Can you-
in our bases for it.
No.
They don't install bases. Mine was installed in. They actually put in that room.
Did they didn't install
How about now?
No.
Still nothing?
Okay.
My mom was asking people we get our stone from.
Nothing?
I have a question.
I better ask that.
On the bases that are out there and somebody's trying to take them out, does the city pay for those bases if they're removed? Somebody already broke on dustbins. Really?
The real one?
Maricela,
Hello, hello,
they're
hello?
wanting to know if, the bases get stolen or broken, does the city replace them?
That'll be a question for Sylvia. I think if we do have insurance on it, but depends on certain things.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the base.
Does our insurance cover that, do you think?
In the past, they used to, first time,
First time?
the first time only.
Hear me now?
Then after that, it was
Really?
owner's
Up to us.
responsibility.
My mom's got.
They did before, I don't know if they changed that or not.
So, okay, all right.
Well, while we're waiting, the subject came up about Lock Cemetery again, in the evening when, Victor comes on, or at sunset. There's been a lot of, vandalism. Me and Sylvia were out, a couple of weeks ago, and people are sleeping in cars out at the cemetery. So, we wanted to see, and I wanted to bring it to y'all to see if there's any way we can, if you all want to just lock it up in the evening, when the guys leave, or Victor can lock it up like at 8 o'clock. Right now that it's getting dark, still early. And then the guys can open it up in the morning. And then as summer occurs, of course, we'll push it back. And we will have to designate somebody to go out and lock it, just to keep them out, because a lot of beer bottles out there, a lot of garbage.
Isn't there a walkway through the fence?
There is a walkway through the
So that
fence.
would be okay anyway, if somebody wanted to walk through to see, I mean, you can't park it that way.
But our fence is broken in some places at the cemetery. So we need to see if we can get that fixed. I know someone ran into it this winter, and I did ask Victor if they had been cited and if they're going to be held accountable for fixing our fence. And he was going to get back to me on that, and I just really haven't seen him. When I leave, he's coming on, so I will ask him the next time I talk to him, but I don't know if y'all want to start locking up the cemetery in the evenings, and what time would be good, and what time would be good during this summer time.
What's the hours for during to close the cemetery?
So I think that currently it says that it closes at dusk, so, yeah, so whatever. That's what the signage says right now, so.
And so I guess when Victor comes on, I guess he could lock it up, because the guys leave at 5, and it's still kind of early, so even if we did maybe 6 right now because of the time, but I know next month is daylight savings time, I believe, so we can push it back, and y'all can let me know what you think on what time. And I know as the summer gets here, we can push it back more, and just have Victor locking it up later, and the guys open it in the morning, and we can see who we can designate, or I could go out and open up the gates, you know.
Are we talking about weekends too? Or,
Well, I mean, if we can get during the week at least coverage, and we can make sure that we're not getting all those cars there that are sleeping, you know, they park pretty much where we have the liners and all of that. So,
I'm just saying weekends, because that's the time a lot of people go out,
Yeah.
because they work during the week, so.
okay, well, we can leave it open on the weekends, and we can try it and see how it works.
And walkthrough, make sure people know there's the walkthrough.
Mhm. And we wanted to see about updating our sign out there, and putting it out in front, you know, hours and everything again, and the lockup, you know, the time that we'll be locking up the gates out there. Sounds right to me. Right.
Yeah, I think we should lock it
You know, a lot of headstones.
Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, we have to figure out different.
If they want to break the hips, we do.
Yeah. So we can, I'll talk to Victor. I brought it up to him. So it's just a matter of now getting the schedule for that. And then having the guys open it in the morning. Oh, okay with that, Vera, Judy?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You want to go ahead, Josh?
Okay, yeah, so then back to our previous question, so I went and looked it up, and an oversized liner is $631.80.
The oversized.
Yeah, this is the oversized cost.
600 and what?
$631.80.
Do you have any idea how often they have to do that? we have to
Honestly, in the
purchase one?
time that I've been here, we've only ever needed one, but I mean, you should always have one ready just in
Yeah.
case, so.
And I was out there to see that liner the day that we had that issue, and I really don't think it was, that it was an oversized liner. I just believe that the mold was slightly off, on it. That's why it didn't, the casket wasn't able to go down. So I think it was just that the cement was off a little bit on the corner. So, because everything else went, it was just one little corner that didn't. So, okay. Yours?
Is it mine? Just turn it over now.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Anything else on these?
Thank you. And then when you speak, turn it on.
Okay, anything else on the cemetery?
Too much work.
Okay, so we'll move on to new business. We have a guest. We have Commissioner LaDon Land, who will be speaking to us this evening. And congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Want to go ahead and take the
Sure.
podium?
Yeah, thank you. We need a turn there. Okay. That works? Okay, great. Well, good evening, everyone. Very nice to be here with the Mapleton City Council. As mentioned, my name is LaDon Lindy, and I am from Sunnyside, so we're kind of neighbors, but I'm the 3rd District member of the Yakima County Commission. And I wanted to come and talk to you about a couple issues that I thought might be of mutual interest. But first of all, before I do that, I might ask this. I'll do the presentation in English, but how many of you speak Espanol? Almost everybody, okay. Quería hacerles saber que yo también hablo español. Okay. Yo soy bilingüe, de hecho, serví en una misión en Sudamérica hace muchos años y he usado el español por 40 años ya. Y antes de ser comisionado del condado, trabajé en un hospital en Sunnyside y entre otras cosas fue el intérprete. Y hice la traducción para todos los documentos de inglés a español. Así que yo creo que es una ventaja para darme la oportunidad de hablar con todos los que viven aquí en el condado de Yakima y comunicar bien con ellos. So with that, I'll just let me go ahead and address the 2 issues. First of all cities in the county as well as Yakima County have received ARPA funds, and I don't know where you're at in that process. We have actually not spent any of our ARPA dollars yet. And between what we received last year and what we'll receive this May or June, we're going to have a total of $48 million.
Wow.
And one of the things that we really wanted to do is see if there were opportunities for us to partner with some of the local entities in Yakima County, including cities, port districts, and other entities that might have projects that might be of use. Some of the priorities that we're looking at include things like perhaps public health, it could be clean water, these kind of things. Hooking up utilities for infrastructure, maybe to bring in new homes or to repair old infrastructure if there's a need for sewer and water. Also, and one emphasis would be public safety. So these are some of the areas that we were thinking that this might be useful for us to partner with cities in Yakima County and other entities. So I wanted to bring this to your attention tonight so that if you do have any projects that you are thinking of now, or maybe even in the near future, or maybe you have some money or you have some access to funds, but it doesn't get you all the way, that perhaps we can, you could submit an application to us and we could have a conversation about, maybe we could do something together. One of the things that we're looking for is things that'll move it up higher in the priority list is if you have some money that you can contribute to the project. So it's kind of a partnership. We're both, working together to stretch our dollars further. We've waited for the final rules of the ARPA to come into effect, and we got those just a month ago. And so now we're working on an application. We should have the application out in about a month, perhaps by the end of March. And once that happens, we will send out a press release to notify the public, but we'll also make sure we send it out to the city so you have that information. At that point, we invite you to fill out the application and send it in to us for consideration. I will tell you that we do not plan to spend all of that money this year because we have a couple of years to do it. And then so let's say that you have a project that you think you would like to do, but maybe you're not ready to work on it quite yet, but maybe a year from now, you might be in a position to say, yeah, we can move forward. We've gotten some funds, we got a grant, or Or we have, the unused ARPA funds that we could use, then, you could also submit next year instead of this year. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that, and I did give most of you my card, so you have my contact information. So if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to ask.
Sylvia, I've never heard of this, ARPA, do we have access to this, or, has this been brought up to us before?
No, like he said, this is the first time.
First time?
Oh, now you should. I could be wrong, but most of the cities should have received some of the initial funds, and it's kind of based on population. So a smaller city would get a smaller amount, but you should have received something maybe last May or June
Okay, let me double check.
from it's our American Rescue Plan Act. I mean, I'm assuming, I could be assuming wrong, but my understanding was that, all cities as well as the county would be receiving something.
So, sorry, I'm having issues with my speaker there, but that's the money we call our COVID money. That's our ARPA money.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the official name that it's under. but
Okay. Well, there you go. So, all right.
That'll help alleviate some of the confusion.
So I got a question. Now, I know, we've kind of talked about maybe a business duplex or a triplex. Maybe trying to see if we could get something like that built
Oh,
here
okay.
in Mapton. I don't know, I know we'd have to probably, talk to GNO, if I'm correct, Sylvia?
Correct. Our engineer.
Our engineer, but I don't know if that would be something that would,
Well, possibly. I mean, one of the things that we are interested in and willing to do is, for example, if you're putting in, a building and you need to be able to bring utilities, water and sewer, for example, to that building, that might be something would fall under that, that criteria, and we could help with that. So that could be an option.
because we've talked about that, and I think about putting maybe like a fitness in one,
Oh.
and, two other businesses come in, or, maybe just the fitness and another business if we could only do like a duplex.
I would think that would be something that we would consider. I would say, something like that, I would say, encourage you to go ahead and apply when the application comes out.
Okay.
Yeah. That very well could fit.
A new city hall. Well, a threeplex, and we can get one of those. So I don't know, I think at one time, me and Mary had talked about this back in the fall about, maybe getting something like that, a fitness center here for Mapton. I know today, and there's been a couple ladies that have asked for for the kids, a community center. So I know that was on my wish list, for the kids as well.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I would say, send us an application or an
Okay.
idea, and the application will give you an idea of what we need, the information that we need. Again, if it's something where we can partner, where you may have some funding, but, we can combine that, that money so that, your money and our money stretches a little farther than that. It's kind of, our goal.
okay.
Very
Any
good.
questions for him, Yo?
Okay. All right. Okay, then the second thing, and again, you feel free to contact me afterwards if you have a question, and I can get more information for you if that's helpful. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is that as county commissioners, one thing that we have done in the last year is we have really felt that we wanted to help with cleanliness in the county, cleaning up areas where there, maybe where there have been, maybe garbage has been dumped, or maybe we've had homeless people that have camped there and it hasn't been cleaned up, these kind of things. And we have partnered with the city of Yakima, the city of Toppenish, the Yakima Nation, and others, and local service groups to help clean some of these areas up. And we're obviously not doing it by ourselves, but the contribution that we're offering is that if there's a community group that wants to do a cleanup in their community, then we will cover the tipping fee at the landfill so that you don't have to. That would be our contribution. And so if there's something that you have in mind, or that a community group or chamber, or something like that or a church might be interested in doing, and we can participate with that, then we would certainly be willing to help with that.
So we usually do a dump day for our residents. And I know we've had to charge them.
Mhm.
Before it was free, but we've had to start charging them. Not a tremendous amount, if I'm correct, but, you know, it does get kind of difficult because we do have a lot of agricultural workers here.
Mhm.
So I think, I know we do have a couple of places that are really bad, that need a good cleanup.
Yeah.
You know, we have a house that burned across town and we have someone, you know, that doesn't want to leave the premises, but it really needs to be removed. The whole
Mm.
thing does. You know, and I
Okay.
know financially, I don't think she has the funds to clean that area up. I think that would be something to, you know,
That could be a potential, you know, something that we would assist with. It's, and we do it through our county code enforcement, you know, they're the ones that will kind of enforce it, but kind of coordinate, you know, between, for example, between the county and the city and, you know, and other entities that might want to be involved. We've even had people from Camp Hope, the homeless shelter in Yakima, that have participated in these cleanup efforts, you know, helping, which has been great. Anyway,
thank you.
yeah, I just want to make you aware of that.
That's a lot of good information.
Yeah, and thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
For letting us know.
Would you like to speak, sir?
Starlight Estates,
Oh, okay.
public hearing.
Okay, that would be the next one. Thank you. So, anybody have any questions for him? If not, we'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 6:22.